Hi, this is Jeannie and Carrie from Trendy, and today we're going to show you how to make a real easy Valentine wreath, and you just don't need any tools or anything. This is a 10-inch box wire wreath, doesn't have the twist on it or anything, and then this is a 4-inch Deco Poly Mesh ribbon, and then we've got a couple of contrasting ribbons, the chalkboard ribbon that we may use to put a bow on it. But what we're going to do for this one is called a pull-through technique. And this is a roller ribbon that I was experimenting with, so we're going to use this ribbon to work from since I have already been playing with it. But you're just going to take your ribbon 4 or 5 inches from the end and start at one of these post areas, and just take that end of the ribbon and wind it around that metal frame just to kind of get it out of the way, and just have a starting place. You don't have to tie it or anything, or even secure it, because you're going to cover it up later. And then hold that end, just kind of hold that end. And then you're going to take the ribbon and poke it underneath the wreath. Going to come between these first 2 rings. Going to bring that ribbon up and pull a loop up of about 3 inches or so, and just kind of hold it in your hand. Just kind of hold it there, and then take your ribbon, your mesh, and give it a twist, and then pull it up another loop in that ring right below it. Once you get started, it'll be a little easier. But pull that and have your loops about the same size, and kind of hold it in your hand. You'll just have to hold it till you get started, because if you didn't hold it, it would, pull back and forth. But hold it, and then you're going to twist, and then come up in that ring, the first ring that's between the inner ring and the next piece of metal. Give it a twist, bring that loop up, make you about a 3-inch loop. Alright, give it a twist, and then just keep working around. And the wreaths are divided up into these metal posts, so I'm going to say you're going to take probably about 8 or 10 puffs in between each one of these spaces. So we're just going to keep working around and see how that does. Okay, we've made 4 or 5 loops into each wreath segment, and we're just going to keep working around. You can make this as full. It needs to be pretty full because you don't want your loops pulling out. Now you can pull on them, and if you pulled on it, you could get your sides uneven. So just kind of be conscious of holding it there and keeping your loops even. But just keep filling in with loops, and then just work all the way around. Okay, there's our little Valentine wreath after we've gone all the way around with it, and we've probably got 4 or 5 yards left. You could just keep packing the ruffles in, the loops in, to where you don't have anything left. And you want to make sure that you hold your loops in there, get your loops stacked in there tight enough to where when you pull on the ribbon that it doesn't pull out. Of course, if you pull hard enough on it, you can pull it out. So to end it off, we're just going to cut a tail off about 4 or 5 inches, and we're just going to wrap it around that frame 2 or 3 times, and you can secure it with a chenille stem or a zip tie if you like to. Right now we're just going to wrap it around there and just leave it like that. Then you can take we took a bow out of just some 2.5-inch chalkboard ribbon, and we used a chalk marker to just write on the tails of the bow before we made the bow. It's a liquid writer, and you do have to let it dry. It will wash off, but it has a neater look than using chalk to write on there. So we just made a simple loop bow and had this little Valentine pick, and we're just going to secure that bow to the frame. So there's our little Valentine wreath with a little bow, the chalkboard ribbon, and you've got a fairly inexpensive wreath. You didn't have to have any tools. It's something you could sit around and watch TV with the family and make, and it makes just a cute little lightweight wreath that's perfect for just a small door or wall hanging. Thanks for dropping by. Be sure and visit us at Trendy. Bye-bye.